Today I am sitting in a very, very old amphitheater, and it was actually made over 2,000 years ago by the Romans. And this is one of the very, very old sites in Turkey, in Antalya, and it was a trek coming up here. But while we're here, I said, I am going to be talking to you. We were looking at relationships, and I'm going to be talking to you about today the second one. We spoke about commitment yesterday, and today we're going to be talking about trust. How important is trust in a relationship? Now, being honest and having trust in a relationship with somebody else, it takes a lot. It takes a lifetime to build trust, but it could take a second to break the trust. Now, from an evolutionary point of view, Charles Darwin always spoke about belongingness and interacting with one another. Now, when we interact with one another and we have the sense of belongingness, that develops through a mutual trust. It develops through honesty, it develops through trust. But in that space that you share with your soulmate or you share with a partner, although that space is built on trust and love, you still need to be able to give each other that space. A healthy space in a relationship is very important. But that healthy space only is built on trust. When you trust the other person, you are able to let them be. You can have your own path as an individual and you can grow, but the other person, your partner, would also be able to grow in their own life. And like I said in previous blogs, we all have our own spiral of life. When we have relationships with other people, and especially when we have a very intimate relationship with a partner where we end up getting married or we live together. Now, although we all have our own spirals, we literally have to merge into one life. And that's the beauty of falling in love. Falling in love is one thing, but making sure that that element of trust is there. Some ways of where there is a lack of trust actually leads to fear. Fear of continuously questioning yourself, continually questioning your partner, your loved one. You become you become argumentative, you become defensive, and you end up, when there's a lack of trust, you end up doubting each other. And this doubt can lead to lots of arguments in the relationship. And from arguments comes like a low of self-esteem, and you start to very quickly lose your confidence as a partner or as a lover. And once this is lost, it's very hard to actually get it back. So my next question is, how do we actually make sure that we have trust in a relationship? Firstly, give each other space. Give each other space where you can grow together. Secondly, when you are able to communicate to your partner about, what you like, what you don't like, what you want, what you need to actually be happy together. Do not ever think that if I have to talk, I have to be honest. If I have to be honest to my partner, he will stop loving me. You know what? The most beautiful part of actually, trusting each other is to trust the good and the bad. It's to actually know and accept the good and the bad. We all have tantrums at times. We all get angry. We all have our little we all have things that we do that our partners may not, they may not like. But in a relationship, you end up accepting and you end up trusting. And that trust is built on honesty. It's built where people can actually be themselves. You cannot be in a relationship if you cannot be yourself. If you feel that you are changing who you are for the worse, and if you feel that you are changing your being and you're compromising your happiness, then that relationship, you need to start to question your relationship with that person, because you cannot be happy by changing who you are. You cannot be happy by compromising your value system. You need to be able to allow the other person to know who you are, and to show them, when you are vulnerable, when you're feeling down, or when you're feeling sad, be honest, cry in front of your partner, because crying shows your sensitivity, it shows your vulnerability. And all of these things, for you to have a healthy relationship and a trusting relationship, your partner has to see all of these things. I was looking at one of these blogs on Facebook, and I was reading about this person that divorced his wife after she removed all her makeup. Now, I know this is quite a funny thing. Nowadays people wear makeup to actually cover up their own beauty. They cover up what they feel, and what they think about themselves. Yes, we all wear our masks. We use these different masks to protect ourselves. But at the end of the day, to have a relationship, you need to remove that mask. You need to be able to show your own persona. And the person that you are with need to accept it, need to love it, need to nurture it, and need to grow. And one very important thing, you need to work on trust. You need to work on your relationship. Being able to trust means that you are able to be happy together, and you're able to be free-spirited, with one vision of being successful like a power couple. Enjoy this beauty that I'm surrounded by, this beautiful amphitheater. I feel quite privileged and quite grateful being able to do this here. I'm going to enjoy exploring. You have a wonderful, blessed day. From me, the Smiling Girl, lots of peace and love.